This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Alright, Shalom. Giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekakodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone. Peace and salutations unto the Achium, the brothers, pushing this truth throughout the four corners of the earth in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. To the scattered, to the speckled bird Israelites, we scattered among the heathen, I say Shalom, and I say Shalom unto the few and faithful Akwati sisters, listening and learning. This is your brother Yerushalayim from the GMS Prophetic Vibrations Camp, out of Trinidad and Tobago, coming at you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai Ba'ashem Rekakodash. Now this video is going to be entitled, Aliens Do Exist. They are the holy angels of the Lord Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright? Because in this video I'm going to go through here, it's just going to explain that there's the former head of the Israeli space security program has come out and said that Trump knows that aliens exist, and we know who the aliens are. We know what the so-called UFOs are. Alright? So, we're gonna go through this video, run through some precepts. Alright? Because Esau has really been exposed here. Alright? They really been exposed in a big way now. Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai is exposing them. All the lies are being uncovered. Alright? And the covering cast is being pulled back. Alright? So let's go.
Aliens exist and President Trump knows about it. That's according to Israel's former space security chief. In an interview with an Israeli newspaper, he said the aliens have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what space and spaceships are. NBC News chief global correspondent Bill Neely explains this one.
So he said they wait until we know what space and spaceships are. Well, basically, if you really think about it, Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai been waiting for Esau to have the technology to fight him, right? So, which makes sense because when you go to the book of Revelation 12, and from verse 7 down, Michael and his angels fought against the dragon and his angels, so they wanted to wait till they reach that position, But as for them working with the angels, and that's just a lie, all right? And that's just a lie, and Esau is the father of lies, all right? Maybe they're working with the left-hand side angels, the demons, all right? But definitely not the righteous angels of Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushai, all right? Let me go to two quick precepts here, pretty much into what the first precept I read. 2 Ezra 6 and verse 27 say, for evil shall be put out and deceit shall be quenched. As for faith, it shall flourish, corruption shall be overcome, and the truth which had been so long without fruit shall be declared. So the truth being declared right now, this thing, there's been conspiracy for years as to whether they had aliens or not, all this sort of thing, but now it's been made clear because this is a big top ranking guy, right? And he's coming out and telling you plain that Trump knows. This is Luke 8 and 17. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest. Yeah, this was secret for years. Area 51, you hear about all those things, right? But it was covered over, heavily, and that is, of course, it's through the elites. They're the ones who are financing this stuff. And getting this out there and getting this and researching all this phenomenon, right? For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad, right? So that's what's happening right now, all right? So let's continue.
Alison, well, this is quite a story, and it comes from the man who headed Israel's space security program for nearly 30 years. Chaim Eshed is making the extraordinary claim that the United States and Israel have been in contact with a group of aliens for years. Not immigrants, but extraterrestrials. He has called them the Galactic Federation of Aliens.
Which is nonsense, but you know, before we go any further, I wanna get a definition of aliens. What does that word mean? Alright? Alien definition. Alright? It means belonging to a foreign country. You know, let me just...
Alien.
Alright, alien. Belonging to a foreign country, foreign, overseas, non-native, external, remote, right? You know? Unfamiliar, unknown, foreign, strange, you know, peculiar. Right? The Lord said his people is a peculiar people, right? So, you know, we pretty much, the holy angels are aliens, and we are aliens too, because this world is wicked. Right? This world is a wicked world. We aliens in this place. Alright? You know? You know, we didn't come from here. We are the children of light. We are the children of Yahawah. You know what the Lord said in the book of Micah? Book of Micah, chapter 2. Book of Micah. Let's see here. Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Alright? Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with the sword destruction. So this place is not ours, you know. Just why we have to separate ourselves from this place right now. Alright, it's no good. It's no good for us. Alright. Let's go to the book of Hebrews. Hebrews 11. It's verse, let me see if I can find this. Verse 13. Yeah. This Hebrews 11 and 13. These all died in faith. Because this whole chapter is dealing with faith, right? Not having received the purpose promises. And who are they talking about there? They're talking about the ancestors, right? You know, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Job, the great men of old, you know, who had faith in the Lord. And they do great works. Alright? These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off. Right? And were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers. See, they were strangers, right? They were aliens and pilgrims on the earth. You know, so that the same way we call the be, we are the aliens they're talking about, right? But in spirit form, you know, we in these chains of flesh. All right. So let's cut back to the video here. You know, but really he was talking about the Intergalactic Federation of Aliens, which is nonsense. You know, he basically was saying that Trump, you know. Trump told them about that they had the Intergalactic Federation of Aliens, and that they said that, you know, he was told not to reveal the truth about these aliens and whatnot, you know. But then you already have people like Gina Maria Colvin Hill, you know, who already pushing this thing, you know, who already showing us pictures of the ships. She showed us pictures of the angels flying around the moon. All right, you know, so the Lord gave her that ministry to show us, to boost our faith. All right, you know, so that's basically what's going on right now. So the wicked, they're being exposed big time. All right, they can't hide. All right, they've been exposed big time. You know, and who the word extraterrestrial isn't off either. You know, because the extraterrestrial, when you think about the word extraterrestrial, which means more than from the earth. Terrestrial meaning from the earth. Alright? So the extraterrestrial going into celestial. Alright? He's going into celestial. You know what the Lord say in the scriptures? You know? We were told that let's go to the 1 Corinthians 15. 1 Corinthians 15 and verse 38. Alright? You know, the Lord said he promised us a celestial body. And this is the similar the body that the angels would possess. You know, they will have a celestial body. Right? Not made from the ground, not made from the earth, the soil, you know. Not made of dust, you know, it wouldn't die, it's immortal. Alright? This 1 Corinthians 15 and 38, it reads, But Yahawah giveth it a body as it hath pleased him, and to every seed his own body. Right? All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds. So different flesh, Different bodies the Lord gave to the creatures. But we all creatures, right? There are also celestial bodies, right? These are celestial. You know, that's what we working our way towards, you know, hoping and praying that we are among the elect, right? And bodies terrestrial, right? You know, which is out this earthly flesh. But the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. All right? There is one glory of the sun, and another glory of the moon, and another glory of the stars. For one star different from another star in glory. So everybody have their own lot. That goes back even to the men of the Lord. Everybody have their own lot in this truth, in this ministry, as part of the body of the Mashiach. You know? Everybody have their glory was given to them, you know. So also is the resurrection of the dead. You know, it is sown in corruption, right? It is raised in incorruption, but that's when we changed, all right? It is sown in dishonor, it is raised in glory, right? It is sown in weakness, it is raised in power. And who Lord talking about the elect, all right? It is sown a natural body, it is raised a spiritual body. And that's the body we're going to have, all right? So that's extraterrestrial. There is a natural body, and there is a spiritual body. And so it is written, the first man Adam was made a living soul, the last Adam was made a quickening spirit, right? And you know Adam was Yahawah in the regeneration, right? You know, and Yahawah has that celestial body now, right? Because what he said when he meets them again, he wouldn't meet you as a man, right? He's going to meet as our God. Right? He's going to meet Esau as our God. Right? Howbeit, that was not first which is spiritual, but that which is natural, and afterward that which is spiritual. So the fleshly come first, and then we're going to get the spiritual body, the celestial body. All right. The first man is of the earth, earthly, and the second man is of the Lord from heaven. Right? As is the earthly, such are they also that are earthly. And as is the heavenly, such are they also that are heavenly. And as we were born the image of the earthly, we shall also bear the image of the heavenly. All right? You know, verse 50 going down here. Let's read down here. Now this I say, brethren, that flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of the Most High, Yahawah. Neither doth corruption inherit incorruption. Right? Behold, I show you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. And it's going back to some of the men in the Lord, you know. Some of us might put that for this truth, but you know, that means we'll be sleeping, you know. But you know, those who die before, we'll be sleeping. But even the ones who make it to the end, all of us who are ordained to this thing, you know, ordained as we elect, Lord willing, you know, we will all be changed to this celestial body, you know. We'll all be like them, what the aliens are describing, right? In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, you know, last trump, and that going into the end here, right? The destruction that coming, all right? For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed, all right? For this corruptible must put on incorruption, and this mortal must put on immortality, all right? And that's the thing, you know. So death is swallowed up in victory. If you read the next verse, right? So you can read this whole chapter. So a good chapter, all right. But just shows, you know, the Lord said, "As men are gods, we are powers." Psalm 82:6. You know, if you go to John 10:34, so he said, "Hey, you know, you are gods, but we shall die as men and fall like one of the princes." So, you know, that's our true form. Our true form is the celestial form, all right. But we put in these chains of flesh to go through all we have to go through, you know, to learn to earn the kingdom, all right. So let's cut back to the video here.
He says President Trump is aware of the existence of these aliens and had been on the verge of revealing their secrets, he claims, but was asked not to do so by the Federation in order to prevent what he calls mass hysteria.
And who's the Federation? That's the Federation of the elites, right? The Rockefellers, right? The Rothschild, the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, all these guys. That's the Federation he's talking about. Right? That intergalactic Federation. Alright? We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Alright? You know, it's just lies, you know. You know, they said when they're ready, they will reveal themselves, right? You know? Well, let's continue here.
Well, a retired general says the US and Israel have kept it from the public because, quotes, humanity isn't ready and the aliens don't want to reveal themselves until humanity can evolve, he says, and understand what space really is.
So all lies, of course, you know. You don't know federation, that's only the federation of them and the left-hand side spirits of the Lord who working to deceive them. Alright? And that's really what it is, you know. Esau is the father of lies. Alright? Let's go to the Psalms. Let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 58, verse 2. You know, yea, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The hands represent the power, right? The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Yes, so Esau is the father of lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth the ear, which will not hearken to the voice of the charmers, charming never so sweetly. So they're telling you what you want to hear, you know. And they've been building us up to this all along, you know, with the programming, right? The programming, how they program us through the media, through the mass media. Mass, of course, means death, you know. That's what they're doing into, you know. That's how they program us with the predictive programming, you know. So with all these movies, War of the Worlds, all right, Independence Day, all right, you know, we've seen these some big ugly aliens, you know, and they coming against us with power to kill us. So they have Jake and all the other nations, you know, of course, watching this thing, you know, as those as aliens, not knowing that it's actually the angels of the Lord. So the same thing they did with the nations in terms of the covering cast and changing the names. You know, the same thing they try to do with the angels of the Lord and the heavenly hosts. Alright? So that's how wicked and how much of a liar this man Esau Edom is. Right? Alright? You know, and the Lord said, Yahawah said, you know, when he ready, he will send Yahawah. Nobody even know the hour, the time. Alright? He will reveal Yahawah when he's ready. When he's ready. You know? It's all about Yahawah's will. Alright? Not our will. You know what kind of nonsense they're talking about here. Alright, let's continue in this video.
Well, the good news is that he claims an agreement has been reached between the US government and the aliens, a contract to do experiments here. There's also, he says, a secret underground base on Mars where there are American and alien representatives.
Yeah, a lot of lies. A lot of lies, you know. They could have even reached the moon. They can even reach the moon and they reach Mars. Alright? It's all lies. You know, why they never went back to go back to the moon? They're afraid to go to the moon. If you saw the face of one of the astronauts, you know, who went there, you know, he looked so afraid by what they may have seen. You know, because they would have seen the angels of the Lord, and that ain't no easy sight. The angels of the Lord are fearful beings. Alright? Just like Yahawah is a fearful, it's a terrible power. You know, his angels, you know, his angels as well are terrible. Alright? That's why every time in the scriptures, when anyone saw an angel, they were afraid. Alright? You know, plus there was another astronaut who worked with Buzz Aldrin, and he came out and said, you know, these angels are over conservatively 7 feet or much taller. And they have a fearful countenance, and they were black. Alright, so that's plain, you know. That's plain. These are the angels of the Lord, these aliens that they're talking about. They're not little green men. Alright. Okay. Yeah, so you know, it's just lies, right? Let me go through a scripture here in the book of let's stay in Psalm 64 from verse 2, right? The Lord said, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, right? And that's the intergalactic federation of aliens they're talking about there. Alright? From the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, right? Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Alright? That they may shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? Right? But they've been looking at it and examining and experimenting, trying to get more information on these chariots. More information on the angels, right? They search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, that's what they've been doing for years. But the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart, the mind is deep. But the Most High Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahushua shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. They shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. And that's what's going on here. Esau's own tongue falling upon himself, the Israeli head coming out against Trump and the intergalactic federation of aliens. Alright? Right? All that see them shall flee away, right? And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of Yahawah Hashem Yahushai, for they shall wisely consider of his doing, because the Lord is going to come here. When Yahushai come here, it's not going to be nice. Yahushai is going to come here with destruction, and he's going to bring sore destruction to them. Alright? Let's go Psalms 11 from verse 1. Alright? Right, a psalm of David in Yahawah put I my trust. How say ye to my soul, flee? So like as a bird to your mountain. So like mountain meaning your power. For lo, the wicked bend their bow, they make ready their arrow upon the string. And this arrow on this string, this arrow on this bow, this thing that they're shooting at, is this going into this vaccination that's coming here, this Crown Royal vaccination. Right, what does the arrow? The arrow penetrates your skin. Alright? Right, that they may shoot privately, they're hiding what inside of that wicked vial. Alright? Are the upright in mind. And when you think about it in mind, this thing is gonna change. This thing is gonna change you, your mind. It's going to change your mind literally. Right? Because you ain't going to have a mind of the Lord. Right? If the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? Right? The foundations are what? I know this is going deep. These foundations is the foundation of faith. Right? This foundation is the foundation of faith, the foundation of the Lord, the DNA that he put within us. Alright? This DNA that the Lord put within us, with our pineal gland, which is active, which is functional, unlike Esau's pineal gland, which is calcified, right? And then the VMAT2 gene, which the Lord put within us. That's the foundation that if the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? The righteous is representing Israel, all Israel. They wouldn't be those 2/3, those who take this mark. They wouldn't be able to do anything. They're gonna take that. They're gonna take the chip. They're going to take the mark of the beast afterwards. All those who take that Crown Royal jab. Alright? Yahawah is his holy temple, and the Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his eyelids try the children of men. Right? Yahawah tried the righteous, but the wicked, and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth. Right? Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and a horrible tempest. This is the ICBM missile destruction and the destruction from the chariots. This shall be the portion of their cup. Alright, so that's the portion of their cup that's coming here. Alright? That's what they're going to get. Destruction. Let me go back here and play.
This former head of a branch of Israel's defense ministry is 87. He was very well respected, at least until now. And he said all this in an interview with an Israeli newspaper in Hebrew, but it's really taken off after parts of it were published in English by the Jerusalem Post today. He says he's come forward now in the hope that his news will be accepted as true. He notes that if he'd made these claims 5 years ago, he would have been hospitalized, but now he says, I've got nothing to lose. Well, so far, President Trump has not tweeted about this, though remember a year ago, he did set up the Space Force as the 5th branch of the US Armed Forces. Well, we did ask the White House, the Department of Defense, and Israeli officials to comment. So far, they have not responded to the NBC News request, and I wonder if they ever will. Alison.
So that's it there. So, Trump, why, if you're at peace with these aliens and you have this intergalactic federation of aliens, why do you set up a space force to fight against them? It just doesn't make sense. And if you sit down and you think and you ask the Lord for understanding, the Lord going to show you that, right? But we're not ignorant of Satan's devices and their lies, right? So they're setting up the space force because they're against these so-called aliens, they're against the heavenly host of Yahawah Hashem Yahushai. Alright? You know, just recently here on Gina Maria channel, you know, before they deleted the NASA feed, you know, she saw that a projectile, a missile, you know, in late November, you know, was sent, you know, and when the sun, a projectile, a missile, was sent by who? Probably the same Space Force. Alright? You know, and they cut the feed. Alright, so they're waging war up there already. Alright, so let me go to a scripture here in the book of let's go to Revelation chapter 12 and verse 7. Alright. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, you know. So the dragon represents Esau's Space Force, you know, and all the Space Force of the Edomites. Alright. You know, but they're fighting against the Lord, but the Lord ain't ready to fight against them yet. Alright. When Yahawah Shai ready, he's just gonna vanquish them. Alright. And prevail not, neither was their place found in heaven anymore, because they're gonna be destroyed. You know, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which is Esau, Edom, and the forces, the revised Roman Empire, America, Babylon the Great, you know, all the federation. They were cast out, which deceived the whole world. And you know, this again is deception about aliens, and his angels were cast out with him. Angels are those who fight, you know, on this side. Right? They fighter pilots, you know, they Space Force members, right? And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of the Most High Yahawah Hashem Yahushai, and the power of his Mashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. Yeah, they were accusing us. Alright? They accused Jacob what? Being the worst thing out, you know, being the criminals, you know, the thieves, you know, lower and low. Alright? Being killers, rapists. All these sort of things, lies, you know, when they are the ones, they are the real terrorists. Alright? Verse 11, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. Right? Because he's Yahawah Shai, who's going to come chiefly to do the most destruction in this place. That'll be the great sacrifice of that he's gonna do. Right? And by the word of their testimony. And they love not their lives unto the death. Right? So you know, we ought to be tongue for dying for this truth. You understand what I'm saying? This is reality. This is serious business here. You know, they love not your life for death. So don't take that Crown Royal job. Don't take that microchip. Alright? You know, don't give up. Don't give up. Fight to the end. Right? Endure unto the end. Verse 12 says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe would mean destruction to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, which is the people. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knew that he had but a short time. So this devil, he saw they know that they have a short time, so that's why they're gonna come. They come in quickly with this Crown Royal, with this microchip, you know, and then the third world war gonna happen. Alright, and that's what's gonna that's what it is right now. That's what's taking place right now. Alright? You see some of them already getting this stick. Alright? So let me go to another precept here in the Apocrypha, and I think I'll close this out. 2nd Ezra 13 and 1. You know. The 2nd Ezra 13 and 1. And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night. This is a vision that Ezra had. A dream. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, and it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. What do you think the thousands of heaven are? The chariots. Alright? The thousands of heaven. Alright, what did Yahawah Shai go up to the heavens with in the book of Acts chapter 1 from verse 6? It says a cloud received them out of sight. That cloud is a chariot, a so-called spaceship. Alright? And let's quickly go to one precept here in Psalms. Psalms 68 and verse 17. It reads, the chariots of the Most High Yahawah Hashem Yahushai are 20,000, even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them as in Sinai in the holy place. See, the Lord is among them. Alright? The Lord is among them. And all over the scripture, we can go to Revelation chapter 1 from verse 7. It said, behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. They which pierced him, going back to regeneration. Those who killed him, they're going to be, they're back here again. Right? So it's plain. Right? The chariots of the Lord. We go to the book of Isaiah 66 and 15. We see again here. Alright, for behold, Yahawah will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. Right, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord Yahawah Bashim Yahushai plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord Yahawah Bashim Yahushai shall be many. Alright, so that's just plain there. Alright, so the chariots, UFOs are those chariots, right? Okay, so verse 3 says, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. Right, if everything was in fear, right? They're going to be in fear. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as the earth feeleth when it feeleth the fire. Right? They're going to fail. Right? That's the power that Yahushua coming with as a God. Right? And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number, so many from the four winds of the heaven. So all the other nations come together to subdue him, right? To subdue the man that came out of the sea, right? But the sea talking about the heavens, So there's the literal sea, which is water, Mayam, and then there's the heavenly waters, which is Shemayam, right? They talking about the Shemayam here. He came out of the sea, right? But I beheld, and lo, he that craved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. And that great mountain is what? You don't fly upon a literal mountain. A literal mountain don't fly. That's a massive chariot. Huge. Right? Verse 7 says, but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. Which mean what? The chariot was so big you couldn't see the start or the end of the chariot. It's so massive. Alright? And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet does fight. And that yet does fight, I from what I can see in the spirit, going back to these the Crown Royal jab. Alright, this the vaccination. That's they're gonna kill that connection to the Most High, alright, as well as the brain chip, the neural link, and the of course the same mark of the beast, the chip in the hand, alright, which gonna control them, which gonna be able to control them. Alright, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lift up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. That's what's going on here. When you went into Psalm 11, you saw that it was tempest, right? And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Alright, so this is Yahawah destruction. This is what's coming for you, Esau. Alright, so I'll end it there. With that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahawah Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakodash, Wa Abad Babal Shalom.